Hi everyone, welcome back. For today's set, we're going to be dipping into dip powders from Nails Truly & Co. and we're going to create a very simple 4th of July set today on the shape short coffin. We're also going to pull in the gel method today. So we're going to dive right into these powders. Now these powders, in my opinion, are super high quality. The coverage is everything. So you're going to see how amazing this formula is and how beginner friendly these dip powders are. And they are just so finely milled that they melt into the nail. As long as you're focusing on doing very thin, even layers of your application of your dip liquid or your gels, you're gonna be super successful with these powders because they are super beginner friendly. And check out that coverage right here. I'm admiring it and I'm like, are we gonna cure it and do a second coat? But we are, because I really want you to see the full impact of these powders. But I cannot get over the coverage of this nail. Now, if you're not worried about structure or building up that color, if this is going to be like an accent nail for like a decal or nail art, you could easily get away with that first coat. But we are going to be adding a decal to this nail. I originally wasn't. I was going to keep this set without any extra added nail art and just keep it really simple. But then I was like, we needed to pull in just a little bit of blueness to this set. So we're going to incorporate a decal. So I'm just making sure everything is pressed down, and then I am going to cure for 30 seconds. If you are using dip liquids, you do not need to cure. If you are looking for nail lamp suggestions, I do have everything that you see in this video in that description box below, along with some nail lamp options. All right, so we're going into the next color here. I feel like these colors are not, or this brand in general, when you think of Nails Truly, you automatically think of decals, and you don't really realize like that they offer other things like really amazing cuticle oils and dip powders, and the dip powders are so top notch. I just love them, and every time I play with them, I'm like, why am I not playing with these more? So that is exactly why I pulled these out. We did the June subscription bag, which you can still get right now. We did that unboxing in Mani a few weeks ago, right in the beginning of June, and I was like, we need to play with more of these amazing powders. Now these powders just came out. They are part of the 4th of July collection, and there are some really adorable 4th of July decals to go with them as well. And you can pick and choose. You can get the colors individually, and then you can pick your decal sheets as well. And even though these are new 4th of July colors, in my opinion, these are great colors just to have in your collection. If you are new to dipping and looking to build up that collection, these are great colors to add because you can incorporate them with mostly any colors. And plus, this one right here, Crack Boom, has like the most gorgeous, like subtle shimmer to it. It's really pretty and I just love it. It's kind of like a silver, but yet it's not like that overpowering silver. It's just a very light, delicate color. I love this so much. So we're going to cure that nail. We're moving on to Fireworks, which Fireworks is really unique and beautiful at the same time. It has these really pretty like iridescent white glitters in there, but then it has these really awesome, and I never seen foils like this in a powder before. And these are really unique and very easy to use. Yes, it looks a little intimidating right here. You're like, oh, your nail looks like a hot mess. But with a little bit of love, we're just gonna just effortlessly press these down ever so gently, and everything is just gonna take shape to the nail. These foils are fantastic. I don't know what kind of foils these are. They're cut very tiny, but yet they're not as thin as like your traditional foils. There's something magical about them, and I honestly, if all foils were like this, I would use foils way more often. But super beautiful. I'm just making sure everything is laying super flat here. Now remember, when you're working with the gel method, the more time you make sure everything is laying flat, the less filing and buffing you are going to have. So I'm going to take a little precision tool and just clean up the underneath side of this press-on nail to make sure that we have no little loose straggler foils hanging around. And this is also going to ensure that we have a clean underneath surface for the nail when we transfer it on to our natural nail. All right, so I'm just finishing up and making sure everything is laying flat, and then I only did one dip of this. I was gonna do two, but I really liked the placement and how everything was looking, so I did not want to wreck how this nail looked because I felt like it was like a whole statement in itself. So we're gonna cure that for 30 seconds, and then we're gonna go ahead and dust off, and this is when I was like, yep, I love this nail. We're going to keep it just like this. It's very beautiful. See how after we cured it, it kind of has like this like champagne-y gold to it. It's not like that harsh gold. I love that kind of gold. All right, so now we're moving into Foxtrot, which is a really beautiful red. So to me, a couple things when you're looking for quality of dip powder. A lot of times when you are working with mauve colors, purples, darker maroon pinks, or reds, they do not work with the gel method. And if you've ever tried dipping with the gel method when you're working in that color family and notice that the color significantly got darker, or you notice like dark splotches over it after you cured, or it looks brown, that is because the dip powders in that gel did not work well together. So I was very curious and I was kind of gambling here because we're doing 2 nails in Foxtrot. So if it didn't work out, I was going to be like, ooh, what are we going to do now? Because I did use the gel method on this entire mani. But I can tell you right now that that is one of the reasons why I love Nails Truly & Co. powders, because they work fantastic with the gel method. So I did not experience any of that darkening or changing of the color with the gel method. The nails stayed true to color, and that is something that I look for in a company, because if you are buying dip powders and you want to make sure that whatever method you are using, that they are going to perform how you envision. And that is one thing that stays true to the quality control when it comes to Nails Truly, is that you are getting very high quality when it comes to the decals and the dip powders and the cuticle oils. So right now we are just pressing everything down here, and I love the coverage. It's not splotchy. You can see here it's not streaky. It's not patchy. I love the coverage of these powders. It's a very magical experience in my opinion when you're playing with these, because they're just like very easy to use. Like, that's why I would consider these very beginner friendly. All right, so I'm doing a very thin layer of that gel base, and if you do get a little staining on your brush, it is a red, just go ahead and wipe that brush off on a paper towel before sticking it back in the bottle, just to prevent any contamination. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and build up this color in this color, Foxtrot. First of all, the name is perfect for this color, but the color is even like more beautiful built up with that second coat here. So I'm just making sure all that gel base is completely absorbed here, and then I'm going to show you the color difference of the 2 dips versus one, because it is a total game changer. That color is just very rich, and I really like, kind of has like this like slight darkness to it. Very pretty and beautiful. So right here, 1 dip versus 2, you can see here it is definitely more vibrant. So real quick, I wanted to touch base on my upload schedule. So if you're an OG and you've been here for a while, you're probably wondering where I have been. So I definitely did cut down on my uploads for the summer season and kind of into 2024. So I am, for the summer season, I am going to post 1 video a week. Sometimes I will do 2, and then when we transition into fall, I will do 2 videos a week. If you are old school to my channel is about 3 years old now, and the first 2 years of my channel I did a video just like this every day for 2 years, and out of the 2 years of filming every day, I only missed 21 videos, and that was because I was having babies at that time. And I also did film, and if you are a total OG on my channel, I also was filming for a set of time for about 2.5 months while I was in the hospital as well. So we've been doing a lot here on my channel, but for summer, I just kind of wanted to take a little bit of time to really enjoy the weather and hanging out with my boys. They are 1 and 2 years old, so they're very close in age, and summer is very, very shortly lived here in Wisconsin. So I just wanted to take a little bit of time just to focus on the kiddos, and we're still going to do nail stuff here, but we're going to do 1 to 2 videos a week just for summer, and then we'll get back on schedule. When it comes to the fall time, I still will post 2 videos a week. I really like that balance for me. It just works really well on my schedule. Plus, then we can really enjoy the nail stuff that we're doing here, and we're not oversaturating anyone and overwhelming you with all those powders out there. All right, so the filing and buffing was super easy. Everything is laying super flat. That's all I did there. You can see there, I just cleaned up the sidewalls and just reshaped ever so slightly. I did not need a buff on top of any of these nails because everything was laying that flat. So I did a layer of gel base. I cured for 30 seconds, and now we're gonna add a decal. Now, originally I was not gonna add any decals, but I was like, okay, we need a touch of nail art on here. So what simple way to add nail art that is effortless by adding a decal. So I have that decal cut out. I put it in room temperature water for about 15 seconds. I like to use a jelly stamper because I can easily remove that paper backing like you just saw there. Plus I have a clear backing so I can really see where I'm lining up that nail here, and that is one of the reasons why I like to use a jelly stamper, so I can kind of see where I am placing that decal, even though I can move it around effortlessly after I apply it to the nail, because we did do a layer of gel base on all the nails that is cured for 30 seconds. And applying that layer of gel base not only is going to provide you a little bit of wiggle room when you're working with a delicate decal, but it's also going to give you a little bit of a tacky, sticky layer so you can really get that decal to lay super flat. So now I'm just taking this little silicone tip here just to press down that decal here. And then what we're going to do is, to make sure that it is laying super flat, we're going to go in with a little bit of acetone, and this is the acetone that I feel like works best with decals. It is the 100% pure acetone by Onyx. Do not get the blue one. There's like a blue coconut one. The Onyx brand works best. I've tried like the huge gallon from Sally's Beauty Shop of the pure acetone, and it did not work as well as the Onyx brand. It actually was dissolving the decal pretty quickly and distorting the image. I've had the best of luck with this brand. All right, so I'm taking a flat brush and I am just going in with a little bit of acetone here. And when I stick that brush in the acetone, I am always dabbing that brush off on that lint-free wipe before going directly into that decal. And that decal now is completely flat. It got rid of any lines, it got rid of any wrinkles. It makes the decal become one with the nail. And once that decal is dry, I went ahead and tapped my finger on it just to make sure it was laying flat. Look at that, it is completely flat. And now we're gonna go ahead and seal in this decal with a layer of gel top coat. If you're more comfortable, you could do a layer of gel base first, cure for 30 seconds, and then go in with your top coat. So I'm gonna finish up the rest of the top coat off camera on the rest of the nails, cure for 60 seconds. And here's the finished mani. I love it. It's kind of like a rustic country 4th of July style mani. I really love how like it's very simple. I love simple manis because you can really appreciate the colors. Plus with that fireworks nail, I feel like that's a statement piece in itself. And I really like the touch of the decal. I love the play of the bumblebee and how it has that American vibe to it, but so fun, very simple to achieve. These colors you can see here are so beautiful, and the coverage was everything. You can see here, this was a very, in my opinion, an effortless mani because we had just everything was melting to the nail. We had very great coverage. We had very minimal filing and buffing. So to me, that was very easy, but I just loved how these powders performed. If these colors are not your cup of tea, head over to Nails Truly. There are tons of beautiful colors that she has to offer, and stay tuned. There's even more beautiful colors coming this week, so I cannot wait for that, and we'll play with those here on my channel. But don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up. Again, everything that we use in today's video can be found in that description box below, and I'll see you all in the next one.